gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Sharona here. Hope everyone is doing well. So we're gonna talk this love and hip hop story, love and hip hop Atlanta stars. So this is a story that's going around, and if you're a watcher of love and hip hop, then you'll know these people. You have Kirk and Rashida Frost. Now their eldest son, who is Kirk's biological son, I think he's Rashida's he's Rashida's stepson. He is accused, or he's being investigated, or the number one suspect in uh M word. You know, we can't say the word on YouTube. So we're gonna read the article from Atlantic Black Star News, sorry. And Love and Hip Hop, I don't watch those shows. To me, they just put the African American community, which the black community, they lump us all together in a bad light with the ratchet and the ghetto. Call me judgmental, whatever you want, but unfortunately, with shows like this, they don't just judge that person or those people on the show. They put it out for a generalization of what all black people are, which is wrong. And do people know the difference? They do. But in order to get more of a reaction or to piss people off, they love to use the as black people, as African Americans, we need to this, that. When in all circumstances, no, we don't all have to be, generalized in situations. I've said this before, that I remember someone said that when it comes to the African American black community, there was no thing like the Cosby Show, meaning you never had a black household with mom and dad, and to see their occupations were a lawyer and a doctor. That's what this person said. They said we could, because again, they generalized, relate more to Florida Evans and James from Good Times. And I remember I heard that comment and I was like, my gosh, how close minded are you? How easily fed you are. And this was about what, 2023? So not that long ago, to see someone would even make a comment like that. So yes, I'm one of those people. I don't like to hurt people's feelings or stuff like that. But it's like, if I'm gonna do this, be authentic to myself, be true to myself. In when I see these people on TV, these who take part in Bad Girls Club and Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives, and the way they behave. Now, does the white cast behave like that? Sometimes they do, but the black ones, they take it to the next level. But they're not stared upon as much because they don't have that stereotypical hold on them the way the black African American community does. So for me, for them, it's ghetto, it's ratchet, and these are people with money. Even if they're not millionaires, these are people who can live comfortably. And to display such a lifestyle where you would think you're finally out of what your lifestyle was, which was, if you grew up in the hood, stuff like that. A lot of times it's no fault of your own. It's just, you couldn't afford things, or how the system did not support in that sense. But in order to achieve things, if you're not a liar or a snitch, then you have to work very, very, very hard to get to that point where you can live comfortably. And I'm sorry to see all these rappers and reality TV stars who were given the opportunity to turn their lives around, but because they are so embedded in this culture of, rap music, fighting people, that's the only way you could settle, is by K in someone, M in someone, and you're given that opportunity to get out of that, and you can help your community from a distance. You don't still have to be involved in that sense where you're still living that life even though you don't have to, if you get what I'm saying. So yes, I'm tired of keeping my mouth, closed, and like I'm gonna offend this person, that person, and I don't like myself because as a black woman, why are you speaking like that? It sounds like you're tearing that. No, it's some. Because I have the decency, the common sense to know that not all black people are like that. We don't see all black people like that. It's just that in social media, in entertainment, when you're showing these reality stars, they don't show the best of the best. They see that ghetto, ratchet, fighting, cussing, all that stuff sells. As I said, my only problem with those people is to see that you made it to the point where you can live comfortably. You don't have to live that hood selling illegal substances, doing whatever you're trying to do to make money illegally. You're out of that. And like I said, you can still help that community that you came from, but don't partake in the community if you don't have to go that route anymore. Help them from afar, from a distance, like people would say. So, anyways, that's my rant. What did I go on for? Let me see. 6 minutes. So we're gonna read this article. Like I said, I don't know if I said it before, but my mom, she's a watcher, or was a watcher of these shows. Cause I'm the person, like, if I watch a reality show, after the second, third season, I am out. In the sense that it's just the same thing over and over again. Arguing, the cussing, the this and the that. It's like there's no changes, there's nothing different to it. So I fall out with shows like this. So it's the same thing with my mom. She would watch Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, Miami, the with Cardi B, stuff like that. And she will watch them for about 3-4 seasons, and after that she's done. So when she saw this came up, and she's like, "Oh, what's Kirk and Rashida up to?" And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot. After the third, fourth season, you don't watch anymore. But now their son seems like he's in trouble." I know the latest update is TMZ is like, now they're saying it's self-defense. And right there, it could be money. It could be money because they're accusing the parents, Kirk and Rashida, of hiding their son. And of course, if that is done, then it shows that you are complicit in the case as far as, trying to protect, hide that person, when police just needs to speak with that person and figure it out. So as of today, what's today? The 13th, we haven't heard of any arrest. We haven't heard of if he was taken in. And the son, his name is what? Kai Lashed Frost? Yeah, so, no arrest, nothing like that. So we're going to go to the article. And again, it's from Atlanta Black Star News. And it says, "I am not okay. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Kirk and Rashida Frost's son accused in rapper T Hood's death after heated dispute over their daughter." Police have identified Kirk and Rashida's oldest son, Kai Lashed Frost, as the primary suspect in the fatal shooting of Atlanta rapper Tevon T. Hood, who was dating the reality TV star's daughter, Kelsey. The tragic incident has thrust the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta family into a nightmare scenario that has torn apart two families and left a community mourning the loss of a promising young artist. Now, this Tevon T. Hood, I don't know what he does. They said he's a rapper, so he's a gangster rapper, I would say, because I'm sure you listen to his music. It's not a Will Smith, even MC Hammer kind of lyrics. And I was even saying, like, nowadays, is there any rapper that's clean, where they don't have to edit their songs for radio for people to listen to? Back to it. The shooting occurred Friday evening at T. Hood's home in unincorporated Schnellville, Georgia, where Gwinnett County police responded to reports of a domestic dispute that escalated into gunfire around 7 p.m. According to local station Fox 5, Officers arrived at the residence on Lee Road to find the 33-year-old rapper suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Despite receiving immediate medical attention and being rushed to a local hospital, T. Wood succumbed to his injuries, leaving behind a devastated family and a budding music career cut tragically short. Now, an incident report obtained by TMZ is shedding light on the case. Investigators have classified the case as a homicide stemming from what they describe as a domestic violence dispute. T. Hood's mother, Yolanda Bandy, confirmed her son's death by firmly denied intentional reports suggesting a party was taking place at the time of the shooting. So I guess people were saying they were partying and that's where he got shot, but the mother is saying no. The rapper, known for his hits like Perculator, Big Booty, and Ready to Go, had been in a relationship with Kelsey Frost, creating complex family dynamics within the extended Frost household. In the aftermath of T. Hood's death, his family members have made serious accusations against the Frost family, Hollywood Unlocked reports. So this media, what are they again? Atlanta Star, they also get their information from TMZ and Hollywood Unlocked. T. Hood's mother and sisters, Mizia Bandy and Jada Bandy, along with his sister's mother, Ebony J., have alleged that Kelsey set up the fatal encounter by calling her brothers following an alleged domestic violence incident. The family specifically accuses the 24-year-old Kai of being the shooter, with multiple family members sharing footage from the scene and writing posts accusing the Frost family of foul play. Ugh. The accusations have created a stark contrast between the siblings' responses to the crisis. While Kai remains to focus on the police investigation, the 30-year-old Kelsey has emerged as a grief-stricken girlfriend fighting to clear her name amid online conspiracy theories and death threats. So the daughter, she's getting death threats. In one of her videos, T. Hood is seen rapping from a hospital room as she and other friends are surrounding him and supporting him while he is convulsing after what presumably was an earlier health issue. So I don't know if he had epilepsy or what, seizure. Her Instagram story posted later showed the bereaved in defense mode. Kelsey's emotional post, captured by the Shade Room, reveals someone caught between devastating loss and defending herself against allegations. Wow. And this is what Kelsey had to say. She said, "I can't sit back and let the narrative being created go on. The love of my life is gone. The man I lay with and cuddle every single night is no longer here," she wrote. "I don't even have time to grieve or say my respects in the right manner because I am defending myself, being attacked by people who are creating weird and sick rumors." She vehemently, you know the word vehemently, denied the family's allegations, stating, "I didn't call for anyone to come help me. I didn't ask for this. I would never. My baby was still healing from being shot 3 times. We handled our business in private. I am livid also. I didn't call my family for help." Kelsey emphasized her position as the only girl in her family, explaining that she knew any dispute would be resolved privately between the couples. "My baby was healing from being shot 3 times. So was he shot prior? I mean, was he? Ooh. Because I think they said he was shot 5 times. I think 3 in the back and to the thigh or side. Okay, let's continue. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. For one, I'm the only girl, and I know we would be right back together that same night. So it looked like she's saying they argued and they, meet back up and forgive each other. It's like, couples fight and eventually, you'll go back. I didn't call. Okay, listen. I don't involve my folks in our business. I didn't call a brother. I didn't call anyone but his mother. That's my baby, she wrote, expressing her devastation and being accused of orchestrating harm against someone she loved deeply. Kelsey's post further paint a picture of a woman tormented by loss and false allegation. She went on to say, I don't care who's involved. I don't condone this. I am not okay, she declared. I'd never want him hurt or call anyone to get him hurt, no matter what. We always got through anything together, and now I am alone in this. Her messages revealed the depth of their relationship and their complete rejection of the narrative being constructed around her involvement. Despite allegedly being advised not to speak during the ongoing investigation, Kelsey felt compelled to defend herself in T. Hood's memory. So she's speaking without her attorney. Well, so far, I mean, they're saying the brother did it. She's saying she didn't call anyone. So how would the brother know unless the brother was there while it was going on? So let's continue. Stop playing on my name. Real ones know he wouldn't approve, she wrote, suggesting her late boyfriend would not like any attacks against her. The Atlanta hip-hop community mourns T. Hood's loss, while two families struggle with accusation, grief, and search for justice in a case that's exposed the dangerous intersection of domestic dispute and family loyalty. So, yes, what is she going to do if her brother really did it? Like she said, she does not condone this. So, does that mean she is going to say, yes, if it's proven that my brother did it, then he did? And like I said, TMZ is reporting that it could be self-defense, easy way out. Just say that he was attacking you, and is she, the sister, going to say, no, he wouldn't have done that, he wouldn't have attacked my brother? Then right there, you're like, what's going on? She's going to have to take a side. If it's proven that her brother did it, even if it's self-defense, she might say, T. Wood never want to fight my brothers because he respects me. He would rather, speak with them or go, distance himself for a while and then we can get back together, So, yes. So we're just going to roll into the TMZ story because this is the latest. So they're saying that it's being investigated as a domestic, hold on. So, yes, you know what? We'll just read. After police confirmed the identity of the suspect, this is from TMZ, in Atlanta, rapper shooting death as the son of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Kirk and Rasheeda Frost, they're now looking into the possibility he acted in self-defense following a dispute. So it says the shooter arrived at the residence after the physical altercation took place and separated himself from the residence before the shooting occurred, according to police. Authorities report the shooter remained on scene at the time of the incident, and both of the shooter and witnesses continue to cooperate with investigators. So the shooter arrived at the residence after physical altercation took place and separated himself. Okay. As we reported, T. Hood, born Tevin Hood, was shot at his Georgia home Friday and later succumbed to his injuries after being transported to a local hospital. His mother confirmed to TMZ he was the victim and even told TMZ at the time she knew who shot her son. Again, the investigation is ongoing. So we need to write, it says, let's read this again. So we need clarity. It says the shooter, hold on. The shooter arrived at the residence after the physical altercation took place and separated himself from the residence before the shooting occurred. So it sounds like he got there after whatever the sister and this guy got into, right? After it took place and separated himself before. And he's saying that he left before any shooting take place. Authorities reported the shooter remained on scene at the time of the incident and both shook to this is confusing. So what exactly are they saying? Because if they said that he's a suspect, he went there. Either his sister called him or he was already there and witnessed whatever went on between his sister Kelsey and T Hood. And in defense of his sister, he did that. Then he left the scene. Shooter remained on the scene. So I wonder if he was there, but he was gone after, before the cops came, because that's what it sounds like. Because I would like to think if he was on the scene and the cop was there and they got the story, then he would have been taken into custody or, told he had to go to the police station. So we'll keep a watch on this. Like I said, I'm sorry to say it, but to see that you're at a point in your life where you could live comfortably, even if you're not a millionaire, you could, and you still go back to these hood ways of to take care of a dispute. You go to the GUN or the knife and stuff like that. I said, I don't want to call it, but it is. This is good. This is ghetto. This is ratchet. And, this is just, it's all around is sad. Someone lost their life. So before you're like, you're this, that, yes, someone did lose their life, which it didn't have to happen that way. No one nowadays is fighting the way they usually fight, which is with your fists, your hands. Now it's weapons that are deadly. Are your hands deadly? Yes, depends on where you hit, especially in the head, sure. But most likely, you could walk away from that. But when you're talking weapons that can puncture you and go in your system and tear stuff up, internal bleeding, stuff like that, it's hard. I mean, so prayers go out to his mom. She lost a child. That's her child that she does not have anymore, and hopefully we do hear of something. And like they said, it's they're doing it as a domestic dispute. It might be self-defense. Is money talking? Do they know someone? Who knows what's going on? But until then, I'll give you the latest and we'll go from there. As always, please like, share, subscribe. There I put my email address. I created an email address. So if you know of anything that's going on, celebrity-wise, want to give us something, let us know. We're growing our channel. We're little, but we're growing. Thanks to you, the listeners, the watchers. And most importantly, please like the videos. I know it's hard when you're listening, you're on your phone, a device, you don't have time to hit a like. But just take 1 second and hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching and listening.